One of the hardest lessons you'll ever learn in life, let go of people that drain your spirit. And it's not because you don't love them, but it's just because you're protecting your peace now. And you're not letting people just walk over that anymore. Some people pull from you more than they pour into you. I've had experiences where people make me feel heavy, empty, confused, lost, anxious, nervous, stressed, overstimulated. And I realized that's not connection, that's just exhaustion. It's not really worth having people like that in my life if I don't like that feeling and I don't like being around people that just don't make me feel at peace. Why am I wasting my time with people like that in my life? Don't settle for people being around you just because you feel alone at home, just because you feel empty inside. Don't settle for less. Don't lower your boundaries just because you feel empty and alone. I would rather feel empty and alone being by myself than empty and alone being around a room of people that still make me feel alone. You don't need 100 friends. You don't need 100 people in your life to make you feel satisfied and supported. You only need one or two really great people, if any. Really, you only need yourself and God. Like, that is your two support systems right there, because the only person that'll help you change and help you grow, help you become the best version of yourself is you and God. That's it. Don't settle for less. Anybody who constantly drains you is just blocking the version of you that God is trying to build. Choosing peace over chaos. That's something that should be common sense for a lot of people, but I think a lot of people just settle and they're scared of letting go, or they're hoping some people change. But I have had to learn over and over and over again, what does a real friend look like? What does a good relationship look like? What does a godly person look like? What do I want the highest version of myself to look like? The highest version of me isn't settling for less. She isn't sitting there worrying about what people think of her. She isn't stuck on her phone and doom scrolling all the time. She wakes up at 6 a.m. She makes coffee. She makes breakfast. She goes out and she works out. She doesn't drink or party. She doesn't hang around bad people that just drain her energy. It's like, it's not worth it, dude. You deserve relationships that feel uplifting, mutual, and safe. You deserve relationships that are happy and supportive and not unsettling. I tell you what, growing up, I went to this middle school and high school that did not really have that great of people. I can't remember running into like a single good person. There was like one good person here and there that was, you know, like, hey, they're pretty cool. But then they had this thing and I'm like, all right, bro. Some people just have things to work on. And obviously, like, I know I have some things to work on as well, but I call them the sandpaper people. I went to a workshop one time and it was with this like Christian people, and they were very business oriented. They were all photographers, and these three people were talking in front of the audience, basically saying, don't allow people to walk over your time. Don't allow bad people into your life. If you know these people are draining you, you know, let them go, things like that. But you'll run into some people that are just like sandpaper people. They just rub you the wrong way. And we've all experienced that many times, but are you giving them a reaction? Are you putting an effort that you probably shouldn't? I've done that many times, so I can definitely say for a fact, I put my energy into the wrong things many times, and I'm just like, set the boundary, dude. Don't allow people to step on you like that. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth getting upset over? Is it really worth having these type of people in your life that just, you know, rub you the wrong way, but you still settle and you still sit there with these people in the same room? Is that really what the highest version of you looks like? You know, because at the end of the day, how long are you gonna let this keep going? Because if you settle for less in certain areas of your life, chances are there's other parts in your life that you're still settling for less. You're still putting in that effort to the wrong things. You're still giving people things that they don't deserve, you know? I've had many friendships where they just didn't work out because I realized they were either A, not really meeting certain expectations that I think I deserved, but also B, they didn't have things going for them in their lives. And I don't want to be around people that aren't ambitious and don't have things going for them. And they just drink and smoke every day, and they wake up the next morning hungover and they want to do it all over again. And it's like, I don't want to be around people that don't have anything going for their lives, because chances chances are, if they're doing this now at this age and they don't have a realization moment until they're like 30, 45 years old, you're already playing catch up by 30 to 45 years old and realizing, like, man, I could have started building my business. I could have started my clothing brand. I could have started whatever. I could have started investing. Like, it's not worth it. Wake up and realize that your life is valuable. Your energy is valuable. You are valuable. You're meant to be something. You're meant to do something. And if you keep settling for less, that's all you'll get is less. Is that really what you want in your life? Not really. I used to obsess over friendships and relationships and constantly being around people. But I think it's also because I didn't have this close connection to God like I do. God is love. God is peace. God is comfort. And learning how to create my day basically around Him has changed everything. Learning how to talk to Him, learning how to communicate with Him, being honest and telling Him, hey God, I'm struggling with this. Is there something that I can do to serve you better? Is there something that I can do today that will help me and benefit you in any way? Hey God, humble me. Hey God, keep me grateful. Remind me what to be grateful for so I can forget about what I'm anxious about. There is things in life that we tend to forget and we wish we had certain things. We wish we had better friends. We wish we had a better body, better this, better that. But when you get close to God, you forget about all those things. You're no longer thinking about what you wish you had. You're more grateful for what you had. Friends are like the salt to the casserole. You're the casserole, they're the salt. They're just adding to your life. You have things to do. You have places to be. Friends, the people that are truly, truly meant to be in your life will be there if they're meant to be there. People that are not meant to be in your life, bye. They're gone. They're far away now. Like, you can love these people from afar, but if they're not meant to be in your life, don't beg. Don't beg them to be there. Don't wish they stayed. Don't hope they change. There's the door, you know? It sucks. It hurts when people leave. Truly, I have been there, but bye. Like, life goes on whether you want it to or not. And people come and go. Friends come and go. People are either there in your life for either a reason, a season, or a lesson. And if we keep holding on to the things that are not meant to be there, many doors will start closing for you. Time will just keep passing. The one thing that changed my perception of people in my life is praying to God and asking Him, if this person's meant to be in my life, keep them there. If they're not, remove them. I don't want any part in anything that has nothing to do with my path with God. If God set out this path for me to do what I actually want to do, He didn't put it in my heart for no reason, by the way. I think and feel these things for a reason. If this person's not meant to be in my life, God will remove them. And yeah, it'll suck, it'll hurt, and I'll wonder why. But what we don't realize is a lot of the times we're sitting in what we prayed for. We're sitting in what we prayed about. And then we're like upset and confused. And I've done this many times where I'm like, God, why? And I had this aha moment. And I'm like, oh, I prayed about this. Literally a week ago is a good example. I used to be a very reactionate person. I would react to literally everything. If people said something bad about me, if someone said something mean to me, if someone came in, like there was this woman, I work at a gym. There was this woman that came in, she was just talking to my employee. She goes to look over at me. She just sees me on my phone. I'm literally just like, just doing this. And she looks at me and she goes, keep scrolling, babe. And I'm just like, what? Like, that's a really weird thing to say. So I just started thinking and thinking and thinking. And what we don't realize is, like, when we think about things for a long period of time and we start like obsessing over that thought, we're actually just meditating on what we're thinking about. And your energy is so real. Even what we think about and what we put our energy towards matters. So when I started thinking about all this, I'm like, why did that like kind of upset me? But to her, I didn't overreact. But to my boyfriend and to my coworkers, I told them about it and I reacted. I reacted in a way that was like, why are you putting your energy towards this? Who cares? If anything, she's just reflecting what she's jealous or insecure about. There was no reason she had to say that. I was minding my own business, literally. Like, there was actually no reason she had to say that. But I got upset about it. I got upset and confused as to her being upset and confused. So it's like, I've had to learn and realize we don't have to be emotionally attached to the things people say or do to us. Someone comes in in and says, keep scrolling, babe, I don't have to be emotionally attached to that. I don't have to like obsess over why she said that or why she chose to say that thing, why she worried about being in my business instead of hers. Like, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Separate yourself from that. She said that thing. I'm over it. Whatever, you know? Put your energy towards better things. My therapist taught me how to respond instead of react. Not giving a reaction on your face. Not hyperfixating on what you could have said in certain situations. I've done that many times where I'm like, oh, I wish I said this instead of that. But it's like, no. Like, you don't even have to do that. You don't have to let it play out in your head a certain way or like rehearse arguments that you could have had with people. You don't need to do that. It happened for a reason. You know, move on. Life does get better. You don't have to put your focus and your energy into bad people, into bad situations. I am truly a believer in you will keep meeting the same people in different bodies until you learn your lesson, until you're no longer stubborn, until you're no longer insecure in your situation and in yourself. You will keep attracting new people and open more opportunities for you when you're open to it. When you're no longer stuck in this one-sided mindset. Be willing to change. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Sometimes when you pray to God, He will put you in an isolation season where He removes not only the friends that you had, but everyone in your life in order to get you to where you need to be. Because everything that you had built up for yourself, God is now removing all of that because it was worldly things. God is giving you godly things now. The things that He set out for the path in your life, He's now opening up those doors for you. Be willing to grow. That is how the most successful people are. They're willing to change. They're willing to apply the things and the criticism and the feedback in their life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you love this type of content, please make sure to let me know in the comments and tell me what other things to talk about, and I look forward to making more videos for you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.